Good evening, everyone. I will call the Southbury regular meeting, Board of Selectmen meeting, November 20th, 2025, to order at 7 p.m. If we could have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Someone snuck something onto the agenda that I don't know about, but I guess it's okay. There's a special presentation. Is that true, Betsy?
It wasn't me. Some of us still have some influence over your agenda. It's
Good to know I'm not in charge.
It's not just me, there's others tonight as well. It's great to be back here at the Southbury Board of Selectmen. I came here tonight to honor two individuals who have given 10 years of service to the Southbury Board of Selectmen. And before I do that, first off, I wanted to thank Ann Armino for all of your many years of service to this community in many different ways. I was thrilled when I learned that you'd be taking my seat on this board. I think you've done a wonderful job and look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you for everything you've done for our town. And I'd also like to congratulate publicly what I've done privately, Tim O'Neill, Holly Sullivan, Jason Van Stone, Kelly Keenan, Kathy DeCarli, Wendy Bernard, who will be the next board. And I'm your partner, your ally. I hope to work with you. Anything I can do to help as we work together to further the interests of the residents of our community. So the reason I came here, though, was to honor First Selectman Jeff Manville and Selectman Justin Betty, who I was elected with 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, we came in with a brand new board, 6 new members, so we had a lot to learn. And we learned from each other. We worked together. We had disagreements for sure, and hot spots I'm sure we like to forget. But through it all, I think everyone always served with integrity and always served in a way with the goal being furthering the interests of the people of our town. Both of you, Jeff and Justin, have a lot in common. You're both generational Southburyans, though the Manville name may go back a little further. You both served the town for much of your lives. Justin is a member of Parks and Recreation Commission, Economic Development Commission, Board of Finance, as a selectman. Jeff, many years as an Inland Wetlands Commissioner, a volunteer firefighter, and first selectman. You've given tremendous service to the people of the town of Southbury. On this board, Justin's been a go-to, a steady hand. He's served on many of the committees, task forces, special projects that we've had to do over the years. And Jeff has led the town through thick and thin. Looking back 10 years ago, if we were looking forward and we said we were going to have historic flooding and tornadoes and a pandemic and lots of stuff happening, we never would have believed it. And you've been there every step of the way. And the town, through its resilience and through the leadership on this body, has always come out better than it was before. So as the two of you leave this board, I wanted to thank you for your service to the community. And I think you have a lot to be proud of, and you leave this board better than you found it, which is really the goal of any public servant. And I think it's a wonderful testament to both of your leadership. So I'm here tonight with Senator Berthel, and also Representative Jensen could not be here. There's an important meeting in Oxford tonight. But we have citations for you from the General Assembly that were introduced by the Southbury delegation. Before we present those, I believe Eric has a few words he'd like to say.
Good evening. Thank you, Representative. That's a tough act to follow. Having been a Southburyan myself for 20 years when I was a little kid, I saw a change happen in this town. And as much as we have political parties and we want one party to win over another, whatever, the voters speak on Election Day, and the voice of the voters is what is critical to the continued success of our democracy and our form of government. So if it is time for a change in Southbury, I personally embrace that. I look forward to what the future will be. Jeff, you've done amazing work. You were elected to office the year after I was first elected to the House. So we've traveled down this path together, learning and whatnot. But I think that it's the people have spoken here in Southbury, and whether or not I like it or not is not relevant, but I accept it because that's what the democracy and our what we believe in. The Republic is built upon. Thank you to those of you who are leaving tonight. This is your last meeting, and congratulations to those who were elected and re-elected to your new roles. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we reading these or no?
Yeah, we can.
So with that, we have citations. Here you go. Sorry. They both say the
Paperwork
same
from
thing.
Hartford, that's
Yeah.
always wonderful.
Well, we have some. AI is wonderful. No, I'm
So these are, like I said, submitted by me, Senator Berthel, Representative Jensen. Be hereby known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly hereby offers its sincerely congratulations to Jeffrey Manville, and yours says Justin Betty, in recognition of your 10 years of service as first selectman of the town of Southbury. Your dedicated service and leadership to the town over many years, including as selectman, have had a tremendous impact on the community. Thank you for your service to the people of Southbury. The entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued success.
All right, and they are signed officially by Marty Looney, the President Pro Tem of the Senate, Matt Ritter, Speaker of the House, and Stephanie Thomas, Secretary of the State. So we'll bring these to you guys. Justin, thank you very much for your service. Congratulations.
Glad I wore a jacket.
Thank you to the board for your indulgence.
And continuing on with that, while we're still in a special presentation, on behalf of the Southbury Republican Town Committee, there really aren't words for the leadership of this gentleman that has led the Southbury cause and has embodied all that we believe in. Not only has he been a tremendous leader, but also a tremendous friend. And I said I wasn't going to cry, but so for your final meeting, there is a very special gavel recognizing your 10 years of service to this board, but also a lifetime of service to this town. So thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you. Is that it? Yeah. I think, there's some other selectmen who are in the audience tonight that during this 10 years, Justin has been with us also. There's been some very sombering moments. Tornado, where we had to make decisions. I don't think, when it came to COVID, when we go into executive session and we have to talk, there's no political parties in that situation. And the pressure and the stress that's on the board of selectmen, when that's what really comes down to in the safety of the public here in Southbury. We had to make some decisions and had to live with it. Fortunately, it worked out. And then, of course, the flood. There was no selectman who didn't, when the chips were down on any of those disasters, there was never a selectman who didn't support us and what we needed to do. From the funding, the money, there was no issue. And I do appreciate that, Justin. And I appreciate the support we got from the other selectmen during those hard times. That was when the stress really gets on to you. That's when you question how long your health is going to hold out or whatever. But we got through it. I am hoping that there's no more natural disasters. And we'll see how it goes. All right, thank you, everyone. Okay, public comments. That's our public comment section. If you'd like, please state your name. We limit it to 2 minutes. Any public comments? Let me get my gavel out. Boom. Tim, there is one in the selectman's office up on the shelf. There's one there. If you
Is
want
it live? Yeah. I get 2 minutes, right? I can do it in less. What a great 10-year run. Amazing. You can be proud of all your accomplishments, and the Southbury citizens thank you for your leadership. You led us through an epic 1,000-year flood, and you got things back in tolerable order very quickly. Tornado hit it then. You opened the roads quickly. You didn't wait for the state to do something. You guys all took charge. COVID, you helped the businesses remain open. Or River Road collapse. Long history behind it, but when it happened, you used engineering-type thinking to come up with the fix to the road, which then stuck and survived another storm. You endorsed and supported the zoning conversion of the IBM property to commercial industrial, which gives the town more opportunities than just what it was a PDD before that. You promoted from within, which I always like to see, a public works director who I think is doing a terrific job. Good choice. You led the orderly process, and it was orderly and very open to establish our own police department. And you led the process when we went to a very complex digital communication system for the police and fire department. You pushed for competition. We had budgeted, I think, $3.2 million. Because we had competition, I think the number came in at 1.9. That's over $1 million savings, thanks to you pushing to do that. And you put in an astute financial staff, which has resulted in AAA rating, saving Southbury money whenever we bond. And you did all this and handled all the disasters, and you kept the mill rate stable. That's really, really amazing. Especially important to me, you balanced preservation and progress. You didn't go to one extreme or the other. The balance is so important for this town. So I say to you, Jeff, bravo, bravo. Thank you for all your years of leadership.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
I didn't bring you a gift, but since you helped me pull the engine out of the Cobra and put the new engine back in, you get one of the first rides.
Is that a daily driver? Is there any other public comment?
Greg Kuhn, 282 Perkins. Good evening. I have the unique honor tonight of saluting an amazing trifecta of human beings who will be leaving this board. Ann Armino, your service to Southbury is legendary unto itself. A unique story of incredible dedication to public service, and you already know how humbled I am for the person you are to me and to everybody here at Southbury. Thank you so much for all of your service to our amazing town. Justin, your service to Southbury is legendary unto itself. We don't have time to catalog a decade of experience that was led with grace, dignity, passion, persistence. Thank you for being the person next to me who met me at some of our most challenging moments with experience, patience, and wisdom. Really, I was paying attention. Thank you for all of your service to our amazing town. Jeff, your service to Southbury is legendary unto itself. Thank you so much for all you have accomplished for Southbury. Ready? Roads, culverts, flagpoles and flags, library, holiday traditions, trucks, sand, waterways, drainage, budgets, taxes. Remember this one? Health department, garbage, pool, police, staffing, bargaining contracts, and schools. Because if you don't keep your town budget in check, once you add those school numbers, it becomes clear how quickly things can get costly. I could keep going. There is no shortage of topics where you have been a champion for Southbury. Incredible service to our town. Thank you for putting every single bit of yourself into this position. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to work alongside you. I learned what it takes to run this town, and I am grateful for every experience we had together. Thank you for all of your amazing service to this town. As we mark this transition, I also wish the incoming Board of Selectmen every bit of success for Southbury. The promise of lowering taxes while increasing services is an ambitious goal, and I hope the spirit of collaboration and innovation continues to guide every decision. Southbury deserves nothing less. Thank you to Ann, Justin, and Jeff for your leadership. Thank you to everyone who serves this town with integrity and purpose. Thanks.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment? Don't be shy.
Let's get a female voice up here. I'm Judy Katzmark, 646B Heritage Village. On behalf of the community at large, I've come to say thank you to all of you. Being on the Board of Selectmen is not localized to this room. It spreads out into the entire community, and therefore I thank each one of you for your service. And I noticed that these two gentlemen got gifts, but Ann hasn't gotten anything.
Wait a minute, a new car?
And it says, give thanks, which we all should be doing. So, thank you again for all of your service in every way possible to the town of Southbury.
Mr. Marks, we don't want to hold this meeting up, you know.
Is this on? Okay, put it up here. All right, Tom Marks, 87 Stones Way. I just wanted to add my voice to all the others tonight, expressing their gratitude and wishing you all best wishes. I've been lucky enough to serve on various boards and commissions with all three of our departing selectmen tonight, and I can't say it any better than everyone else who preceded me, but I will just add, I'm so incredibly proud of the way that you have represented our community, not just inside of these walls, but when you leave this building and go out into the community. So thank you for that. For those that don't know, I serve on the Region 15 Board of Education. In large part, thank you to Justin and Jeff, and actually George and Jason, who appointed me to an open vacancy almost 6 years ago. I'll always be grateful to you all for that opportunity. And I wanted to take tonight to acknowledge just how tremendous an advocate Jeff has been to Region 15 during his time as first selectman. Jeff, you have been just the consummate collaborative partner, not just to the board, but to our administration. You have given us your support at every turn, whenever we've asked for it, and oftentimes before we've had to ask for it. And just as important, you have given the board the space to do the work that we do, which is sometimes underappreciated, but it was not underappreciated by this board. We very much appreciate your leadership. I think the results speak for themselves. I think it's hard to enjoy the kind of success and the kind of recognition Region 15 has across the state without having a strong collaborative partnership with our local leadership, and you have been the model of that for us. So I can only speak for myself, but I know there are many other colleagues on the board who couldn't be here tonight who would agree with that, and within the region. We're so thank you for your leadership. All three of you, I wish you the best of luck, and please enjoy everything that's coming. You all deserve it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment? Is there any other, get my gavel out. Is there any other public comment? Is there any, going, and we will close that portion of the agenda. You have your announcements and correspondence in front of you. if there are there any in there? I'm a little lax here today, but I think we're good. No. You have your reports? Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Do I have a second? Made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Jason, are you a yes?
I'm an aye.
Aye, thank you. Minutes of November 6th, 2025 regular meeting. Do I have a motion to approve? Do I have a second? Justin? Second. Seconded. Thank you, Justin. I got to get you on the record here at the final meeting. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Nice, thank you. We have no unfinished business, no new business. First Selectmen's report. I think I will dispense with my first Selectmen's report, only to say that thank you, everybody, for your kind words. It's been a very interesting journey of 10 years, for good or for bad. The whole experience has been incredible, absolutely incredible. I have met some of the most wonderful people that I never knew existed. I've had the pleasure of working with people on this board that their direction is actually the town of Southbury and where we're going and what we want to do. My hope is that I leave it in better condition than when I came. That's always the goal, is constant improvement. My life has pivoted to my farm quite quickly. We are very interested in sustainable agriculture and rotational grazing, and we are going to work on that pretty hard. And I think it'll be successful. We've always managed to get there, if anybody knows. And so I'm not leaving. I'm going to be just moving in a new direction, which will benefit not only my family, but I think in the long run, it'll even benefit the town of Southbury. I know I always care, I really truly do care about the town, as Justin knows, and I think other members. I have the 11th generation native-born grandson here, and I'm expecting a few more to be hopefully coming back. So I once someone said I should learn to bend with the wind and learn to be a little bit more, I said, maybe I'm a little bit too much like an oak, and maybe that's what I am. I am an oak tree, and I'm grounded pretty tight here in town. So you'll see me around from time to time. I'll be busy. So reports from liaisons. Ann?
The only group that met was the library board.
Button.
Meeting, I did it. So the only meeting that I had was the library. They are starting a reading program for dementia patients called Reading to Connect. It's books that are developed to help memory and bring back some reading skills for dementia patients. They're easy to read. There's many stories, and they're going to start the whole program within the next 2 months. Barnes & Noble, our newest addition to town, picks a charity every year. This year they've picked the Friends of the Library. So when you purchase a book at Barnes & Noble, you're asked at the register if you'd like to actually donate a book as well. And they have books behind the counter that you can pick from. You pay for them and they give them to the Friends of the Library. So that was nice that they picked that charity. Also, Friends of the Library is asking for more donations. They're having book sales that are going on at the library from now till the end of the year. And that is it. Thank you.
Selectman Betty.
So, Economic Development met last night, and I'm sure she knows, but Ann, congratulations on finally getting that welcome sign up.
There's another one coming.
There's another one coming, and that was discussed, and there's a little bit of perhaps unfinished business to figure out where that one's going to go, but they're going to keep working on that. They didn't make any decisions last night. But, personally, I think it's really a beautiful sign, and it's well placed, and the timing actually is perfect. So, congrats. There was also talk about the 250th. Again, there will be significant celebration throughout the state and around the country next summer we're going to be on something called a victory trail, I think. There's a trail of Rochambeau's march, from Rhode Island through Connecticut into New York, and they've laid it out in every town on it. There'll be people that actually take this trail during next summer. So, again, they're working on some very interesting things for that, so more to come with that. About a week ago, IPOC did meet. I was disappointed to have to meet that one, but I was in Houston working on my next step, but I did go through the reports, and I would say, having served on a lot of different committees and task forces over the years, I would say that the most important one that I did work on is the IPOC. And I started working on it when I was on the Board of Finance. When it was RPOC, we changed it over to IPOC because it was now more than the pension fund. And to give you an example, with the reserve fund that we created, that was funded over time with about $1.5 million. As of today, that fund is worth $3.4 million. So I'd love to tell you that I was 100% responsible for all of that. That would be far from true. It was a wonderful learning experience, but two guys that aren't here tonight that have had a huge influence on our town are John Michaels. I think a lot of people know that, but perhaps less know about the influence of John Riley. And really, this is where John's service to our town shined. Not just creating it, but also finding us the right vendor that we still have today. And I'm thankful for their leadership and the chance to learn from them over the time. Anyway, that's all I got. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. I did want to say, after 10 years, I'd like to say a few thank yous to the voters of Southbury. I thank you for the opportunity to serve, to be able to give back to my hometown, as my dad and grandfather did. I'd also like to thank all of the talented and dedicated staff here in Town Hall, all the other departments as well, that truly make this town go. We all appreciate you very much. And I'm also grateful to all the other volunteers that I've had the chance to work with. There's a bunch of you here tonight. I really appreciate seeing you all again. It's great. It's the volunteerism that does make the town go. We know that. It's part of our slogan, if you will, and I'm glad to have been a part of it. Thanks.
Thank you. Selectman O'Neill.
Yes, none of mine have met since our last meeting. The Community Relations Task Force has since disbanded, and the Park and Rec meets tonight. Conservation Commission hasn't met, but they are doing a boardwalk tomorrow and Saturday at the Spring Hill Preserve, and they're looking for people with any type of carpentry skills. I know Don will be there tomorrow, I believe. And I just wanted to ditto the sentiment here tonight. Appreciate everything that Justin and Jeff has done for the town of Southbury. We're fortunate for all of the volunteers that we do have, but great work.
You'll find out that even first selectman is a volunteer thing when you figure out the hours. Selectman Sullivan.
So the Board of Ed did meet. Obviously, the largest project that's being addressed is the future of the schools. There's certain parcels of land that have been looked at. There's other parcels of land that there's some dispute whether or not they're viable for various reasons. Again, nothing has been decided yet, so for everybody back home who thinks that it's going in this place or that place, nothing's been decided yet. But one big takeaway is that the clock is ticking. There are some programs that have expiration dates with the state, so this is something that has to move along. So to be continued, and they're definitely putting all efforts behind that. Another momentous achievement of the Board of Education this past meeting was a conclusion of what's a 5,000 program, a policy program that took several years to get through. So just kudos to them for finally wrapping that up, and they've got some direction going forward with some new policy initiatives. So congrats to that committee for finishing their work. With that being said, I just want to thank everybody that I've served on this board with. It has been a lovely time. And Justin, so many times I've learned things from you that just being on all the different boards and commissions that you've done in this town, it's just been tremendously insightful. And it has honestly been a pleasure serving on this particular board. One thing is we've always had fantastic camaraderie, and we've gotten along very, very well. And I think that that's really helped move initiatives forward and get through some of these things. So thank you for this bipartisan initiative that we've managed to do together, and it's really been a fantastic culture on this board. And I look forward to where we go from here. And we have lots of work to do. I'm looking forward to doing it for the people of this town. And you guys, we might still be calling you and say, hey, give me the backstory here. What do I need to know? So thank you.
Once in a while, we used to get away with a chance meeting after the board meeting with Mike Rosen. We used to get a by chance meeting at a local constabulary, which was nice. Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill always had a beer together and hammered out the decisions. Not that we talked about business, but no, and we didn't. But that was always a nice touch. But we get busy. Selectman Van Stonen, you have anything to report?
My report will be light tonight, Mr. First Selectman. Being out of town at work for this work commitment, I was unfortunately missed yesterday's senior commission meeting, but I look forward to going over the minutes for that. In the Energy Task Force, was unable to get a quorum earlier this week, so it was postponed. So a short report tonight, but if I could take a point of personal privilege and echo a lot of the sentiments from tonight. The work that Ann, Justin, and Jeff have put in, not just on this board, but in really every aspect of their life, really exemplifies their love of this town of Southbury and their commitment every day, to make it better. The amount of experience we are going to lose in a couple weeks, with the three of you departing from service on this board is really incalculable. And it's something that those of us who continue on are going to have to, lean on the examples that each of you set in the way you do business, as we continue to make decisions on behalf of our neighbors. So it was an honor and a privilege to have served with each of you. I am incredibly saddened I couldn't be in there in the room tonight to share this evening with you. But please, each of you know that you are in my hearts and my thoughts tonight. And I don't have the adequate words to thank each of you for everything you've done for me personally and the town as a whole. But I wish you the best in everything.
Thank you. I guess we're at the point, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Have a second? I'll second that. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. And we are adjourned. Thank you.